Why I never thought about this until right now today. But I have a question, and I want to know if I'm the... Now, with this little chick right here, she's about to go into breaking down something that I've talked about for years, especially on my old channel. What I refer to as the perpetual victimhood mentality, right? And it's strange now, because we're basically coming to the close of this society, of this modern rulership, right? And a lot of these chicks, they're, let me not say a lot of them, but there are more of them, every day that are finally coming to the conclusion of the various issues and the various levels of programming that the modern female has been subjected to, right? Now let's actually listen to what she has to say. Listen to what she's saying here. Only one that's ever thought about this. Do y'all believe that some women, men too, but I can only speak on a woman because I'm a woman. Do y'all think that some women constantly stay in a victim mindset? They constantly stay in the bad situations. Now you see, that right there, this is exactly what I'm talking about, right? This is what I refer to as the perpetual victimhood mentality, right? People who have that mind frame, they are particularly skilled at positioning themselves in such a way where they can always be portrayed as the victim, right? This is their way of protecting their ability to always be portrayed as the victim. So what they do with a lot of these chicks, especially the modern day black female, she seems to have this thing where she seeks out relationships with lower level black males or black men who clearly are not all there mentally, or just ain't got anything together. Nothing really is flowing well in their life. They may be street guys, maybe jailbirds, or they just may be a dude. He may not necessarily be a fucked up dude, but he's just not in the proper spot in his life, right? And they know that being in relationships with guys like that, it gives them someone to point the finger at, right? So it gives them someone that they can blame, that they could always shift the blame on when the relationship doesn't go well, right? Because, oh, you this or you that, or you did this to me, or you whooped my ass, or you stop driving my car, get out my house, or go sleep on the couch. You see what I'm saying? Things like that. And it gives them something to complain about. It gives them stories. It gives them a certain element of drama. But the main thing that it does for them is it allows for them to always be portrayed as the victim. Versus if a chick like that is to get with a decent guy, a lot of her innate flaws, just that juxtaposition, that contrast, is gonna cause a contrast to show. If she's the type of woman that she is and she gets with a decent male, it causes that contrast to be more clear and to show that she really ain't shit, right? So now that man inadvertently just being a decent guy, being an all right guy, he inadvertently exposes how bad of a woman she may actually be, right? Because she's going to still come with a lot of the same misery and unsufferable behavior and mentality, even with the decent guy. But with the messed up dude, his flaws, it gives her like a cover. It gives her a shield. She always gets to bank on being able to blame him, right? It always allows for her to retreat into her victimhood mode, right? And it's a very comfortable situation for the modern day black female to be in a situation like that, where her single motherhood narrative always gets to play out, right? Oh, I'm just, I'm doing this on my own, and I got to be strong, and these men ain't this and that. But then that same chick, she get with a decent dude. A lot of times, some of these chicks, they may encounter decent guys and start to notice, oh snaps, this dude, he seems to be kind of up. He seems to kind of be on the up and up with his mentality, and they may even get cold feet and start doing things to sabotage their relationship or the possibility of that relationship, so that they basically can convince him to leave rather than having to do it themselves, right? So it puts them in a position where they don't have to be accountable for the dissolvement of that situation. But let me continue to let her talk, though. Let her continue.
Refuse to do the work to improve because they like the empathy that comes with it. I'm just a single mama trying to make it work, but you keep having kids, although you already knew that being a single mama was hard. I don't know why he keeps doing me like this. I just treat him so good, but you won't leave, even though he's treating you wrong. And it's like, no matter how much I work, I can't get out of this hole. I'm just trying my hardest, and
She won't leave because he's treating her wrong. And that's another thing. That toxicity, that tumultuous relationship, it can be addictive. They get a high off of that. They get like a negative charge, a high off of the toxicity and the dysfunctionality in those types of scenarios. Right? Like I said earlier, it gives them stories. They can get on the phone with their girlfriends and other people and co-workers and all like that, and be like, you won't believe what this nigga did, this, that, and other. They like that, right? There's a certain element of their mentality also where they get turned on by the fisticuffs, the fighting and the arguing and the screaming and breaking things, and you see what I'm saying? So that perpetual victimhood mentality. And the thing is, no one is ever able to really hold them accountable, because the man is always going to be the one on a chopping block to be ridiculed, to be criticized. Even if she is doing certain things that are foul, even if she may have a decent dude, the man is still going to be the one that's getting, criticized and looked at like, okay, you this, and that. Yeah, she's so-and-so and such and such, but you the man. See what I'm saying? But let her continue.
But you won't stop spending. Do y'all think that they constantly do the same things, or they refuse to try something different and improve because they like the empathy? Because that's the only way that they've ever felt loved or cared for. Now, I ain't nobody's therapist, but think about it. If the only attention that you've ever gotten that made you feel loved or cared for or seen is when you are getting pity and empathy and sympathy, and you've never had a healthy love, do y'all think that's why they refuse to change? Let's talk about it in the comments. I don't know why.
Yeah, so that's, those are her thoughts. But she's touching on, what she's saying is she's right on point, man. And to close this out, single motherhood has become like a badge of honor, right? At one point in time, you would get shamed, like it was a shameful thing to be a single mother or even a teen mom. It was, you had to be married, you had to have a man or something like that. It was a shameful thing to be a teen mother or a single mother. Now it's like you're courageous, or you're strong, or you're this and that. So a lot of times these chicks, they don't even want a man in the picture, because a man being there, it takes away from some of their glory, because they're getting the help that they're supposed to get. So it kind of takes some of that glory away from them. Some of that steam is like, you don't really get the same props that the other black female gets who's doing it on her own, who's a single mother, right? It's a badge of honor now. But that'll do it for this video. Peace.